Welcome to the Protocol Podcast. Today on the Protocol, we're joined by one of the true pioneers of the modern fitness era, Shavershian, better known as Chestbrah. Sade is an Australian fitness icon, WBFF pro athlete, and founder of Shavershian Fitness, a global brand that embodies the legacy of discipline, aesthetics, and self-belief. Long before social media turned fitness into an industry, Sade was already building a movement. He was one of the original influencers before there were influencers, showcasing a lifestyle built around hard work, confidence, and transformation. He first rose to prominence alongside his brother, the late Ziz Shavershian, as part of the Aesthetics crew, a group that redefined aesthetics and fitness. When tragedy struck, Sade carried the torch forward, turning pain into purpose and continuing the mission they started together. Today, with over 1 million combined followers across social media, he has built a loyal community inspired by his physique, mindset, and raw authenticity. Through competing on the world stage, building a respected brand and mentoring others, Sade has proven that legacy isn't something you inherit, it is something you build. Please welcome to the Protocol Podcast, Sade Shavershian, aka Chestbrah.
Thank you for having me, Josh. That was an incredible entrance.
Thanks, mate.
I'm blushing up here, getting all warm and fuzzy, but that was amazing, mate.
Very
Thank
good,
you so
mate.
much.
No,
thank you.
It's actually surreal to have you on the podcast. I remember I was one of those guys, Myron. I think that's what you guys.
Yeah, you and Myron, bro.
Back when I was like 16.
You were watching for quite a while.
I've been watching forever. Yeah.
I think when I first came into your clinic about 7 years ago. You had already known of the movement, myself and my brother and all that, and that just shows in itself like just how big the movement is. It extends outside of just the fitness industry, you know, it moves into the health industry. We've even tapped into the music industry, into the gaming industry. So it's it's multifaceted. It's spread everywhere.
Well, you guys were the OG influencers. You know, like that was really, you were like you almost
pre-Instagram days.
YouTube almost. Like it was just right at the very beginning,
YouTube was just starting. That we didn't have Instagram at the time.
Yeah.
There was Facebook. Facebook was the biggest one back then.
Yeah.
And then YouTube was just on the come up. So it was super early days. The camera phones, the iPhones had just literally been invented.
Yeah.
They were only out for about a year. So the content back then, the quality wasn't as good. We didn't have all this high-tech stuff like we do now.
No.
The thing like this would be a dream about 15 years ago, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
People go, what is this? Are you in a TV studio? So it's just a lot has evolved since then. And I think a lot of people have recognized me and my brother for being one of the first to do it unapologetically and just being ourselves and just releasing content, not for any reason other than to have fun.
Yeah,
and that's why it was so raw.
Like, what started it all? Like, what was the kind of inspiration behind?
Well, look, it started with Aziz. As we all know, he was just a larger-than-life character, and he loved to show himself on the camera. He loved attention. He loved to just be loud and proud and just going about and just... Back then, we would call it being a troll, where you go out and being a public menace, which basically now has evolved into, you know, the likes of people like Vitaly and all these people like doing the prop and like public pranks. But back then, it was more like playful and fun and simple and pure and authentic. It wasn't to get the views or get money. Yeah. It was just a bunch of young boys, younger mates having fun.
Yeah.
Recording with a digital camera, mind you.
Well,
so
I mean, there was no money and stuff back then.
There wasn't. We were just doing it to have the memories, just memories of good times and memories of events that we'd have with our friends and memories that me and my brother would share with our friends and family. So it was when we started. The thing is, we started even doing this from like a super young age, even before we were like even before the age of like 19, 20 when we hit fame. We were doing this at 14, 15. Like we were blogging really, really early, like recording each other with like skateboard videos with a home camcorder and camera recorder. I'm still trying to find that content. It's somewhere in my parents' home. It's footage of like me and Aziz's like 14, 12-year-old kids jumping down like 5, 6 flights of stairs, doing kick flips and all these crazy tricks. So we always had that in us to just record everything that we did. Our life, because of that, has been super public, as you know.
And then so you started that around 14, 15. At what stage did you guys start to say, oh, there's some legs in this? Like, this is...
That's a good question. I would probably say... I'll have to think about this one.
Did it kind of happen overnight, or was it just like...
It kind of did. That's the crazy thing, because we had been doing it for so long, from doing homemade videos to skateboarding videos, and I guess you can compare it to like the Logan brothers, like Jake Paul and what's the other one's name? Logan Paul, yeah, that's it. Yeah, they were doing it when they were super young, just recording videos of them playing sports and stuff. So me and Aziz were the same. We had videos of us like playing soccer, playing tennis, skateboarding, and it just evolved and evolved. And then I guess I think Aziz was about 19 and I was about 22. He started to really take off on the internet, like a lot. And then naturally I followed suit with that and just, took in his footsteps of what he was doing. And we just kind of made, like, we grew up watching a lot of anime and a lot of like action heroes on TV, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Sly Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And we knew a lot of these guys had like larger than life characters, The Rock. So we decided to give ourselves like an alias, like a name. Like it was properly propagated. We kind of knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
Aziz's name, Ziz, came from me not being able to pronounce his name.
Right.
As a kid, I'd just always call him Ziz. Because I couldn't say Aziz. And then it just stuck. And then I got my name on the bodybuilding forums when people were making fun of me for, I can't remember, I made I made a thread, and the thread was titled, "Are you guys admiring my chest bras?" And I was like super skinny in an Ed Hardy singlet. And I looked like a bit like a clown, and I was thinking, everyone's going to tell me how jacked I look and all this stuff. And instead it turned into about 500 pages of just flaming me and these Photoshop pictures, and it was hilarious. Like now that I think back, it was so funny. And I was like, shit, I can only like take this one or two ways. I could either take it on the chin and roll with it, or I can recreate it. So I took that name. Yeah. Are you admiring my chest bras? Thread title went super mega viral. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to change. Aziz as Ziz, I need something for myself, Right. So then I changed my name to Chestbrah. Yeah, and then, funny enough, it's like poetic justice. Over the years, I grew into having the biggest chest and becoming a dominant feature. It's so weird without even trying. So it's like ordained by God.
And that was
wanted this to happen.
On like bodybuilding.com or something, was it?
And now no one even knows my real name. You're one of the first few people that I know that actually said my name perfectly. Let that go on record. One of the very first few that have actually said my name perfectly. Still to this day, 90% of people just know me as Chestbrah. They don't know me as Said.
Well, look, when you first come in, I think it was hard for me to kind of change my mindset around. Yeah. I remember when your inquiry first come in, I was like, it's Chestbrah.
It's like if The Rock came in, you wouldn't call him Dwayne Johnson. And, and even today, we got figures like Spanian. Like I still don't know what his real name is. So it's a thing that a lot of people do to sensationalize their character online. And it worked for Aziz and I, and here we are now. We've always been revolutionaries of the social media game. We just love to do it, man. And it just, I guess, back to what you were saying, I guess it was a progressive thing. I wouldn't say it was overnight, but there was a huge jump as we hit like our late teens, early 20s.
Yeah. And the thing that I've want to ask you about is like, I'm sure, I mean, you said your whole kind of Chestbrah come about from people flaming you. Yeah. And like now, like 2025, all of us really, especially in business, have like a public profile. You just have to have content now if you want to market yourself.
Of course.
At all.
Yeah, of course.
And part of that is kind of leaving yourself open to criticism.
Definitely.
I mean, you did it really early. How do you cope with that side of things? Because
you don't. You just learn to live with it. You get like a strong, tough leather skin. I like to say you develop a strong backbone from it. So when I was young, myself and even Aziz, we didn't really handle it that well. We didn't understand why there were people that we never knew on the internet could say such nasty and mean things when we ourselves were very pure to what we did. Like we were just two kids having fun. So we couldn't understand it then. But I guess when you're young, when you're super young, you're trying to fit in and you're trying to be amongst your peer group, and you want to be seen, you want to be heard, you want to be popular. Now looking back in hindsight, being 39, like that stuff is just so pointless and silly. Like now I'll be happy to get hate comments. It means I'm doing something right. I actually look for them, and I laugh so hard every time I read them. Like, damn you, man, you're going to need to get a haircut. You're 40 years old and all these funny things. And I'm just like, shit, I still got it, Like it makes me smile, because when the hate comments, this is what I like to say, when the hate comments start to reduce, it literally means you're you're being phased out, and you're becoming irrelevant. And the new generation of upcoming influencers, and the next big thing is coming to take your place. It's we're in the lion kingdom, and then the young lions are coming to feast on the bones of the old lion. We don't have much time left, so we have to make our presence be known.
So are you starting to lean into that now more than...
Yeah, there hasn't been too much hate. It's just all love. I'm actually doing things to try to get a bit more hate. And
really?
Funny you say that, but just speak about more controversial things.
Okay.
It could be anything from speaking about the sexual market value between men and women, dating dynamics, talking about performance enhancing drugs and in the fitness industry, and talking about the things that people don't want to talk about in the fitness industry, like eating disorders and body dysmorphia and the side effects and the longevity aspect of it all. Talking about the things that people are too scared to talk about for the fear of either getting cancelled or getting judged. In a day where attention is digital currency, we want to have as many eyeballs on us in our socials if we want to thrive in business. That's the truth. So it's a fine line of teetering, obviously, of being genuine and true to yourself, and also releasing content that you enjoy doing that can also bring in views. Long and gone are the days of just posting a photo of you shirtless or standing next to a nice car, and then you just get thousands and tens of thousands of comments. People want to see the long format videos. People want to see conversations. And people that can't tune into that want to see short form, real content. So the attention span has died out. So you need to catch them with a hook. You need to catch them with a hook. And I hope you take some notes away from this for your own socials. You want to catch them with the hook at the start. 5-second hook. Like if you relate it back to your brand, you could be like, you are aging your skin and you've been doing this wrong for the last 10 years. Then you cut into your video and you speak about when you want to speak. So you give them a hook, so it reels them in, it gets the viewers in, it gets them engaged. Then you tell them in the next 10 seconds what they can do or solve a problem, and then you provide a little bit of humor at the end of it. You combine that, and it's a sure recipe for virility. So that's the trick. There's a trick to it now.
There is, I mean, look, you can see with some of these guys like Mr. Beast, he's just got a formula.
That's
just cracked it. He's worked.
From what I've heard, he films hours upon hours upon hours of footage, and only seconds get cut and super quick, super engaging. I can't stop watching the dude. I only got onto him about 2 years ago. I'm like, I love watching his stuff.
But he'll say, there's another girl called Jenny Hoyos, I think. She's like, again, all of her videos go viral. Because there's a system and a process. And we've been trying to do it forever, probably unsuccessfully. But what I found recently is that there's so much more competition online now because even though I'm in a medical niche and I do, cosmetic treatments, I'm competing against you for someone else's attention. Do you know what I mean? So we're all competing for the same eyeballs, I guess.
We might be in different industries, but we're competing for eyeballs. Exactly right.
Exactly right. Content has to be awesome these days.
Engaging, awesome.
My content feels better, but doesn't get as many views as it used to. I mean, are you finding any of that, or?
Mine's hit and miss. It really, really, really depends. If I'm controversial, if I speak about something that someone hasn't spoken about, if I provide value while giving humor and solving a problem, yes. If it's just self-indulgence, selfie videos or training videos, no, not at all. Unless it's my competition, then everyone tunes in. And the views are normally higher around that time because people are excited. It's like watching, their favorite bodybuilders or influencer bodybuilders, seeing what they're doing. You know what I mean? During that time, like a lot of eyeballs, but that's not sustainable. You can't do that year round. It's just it's hit or miss with me. I could get some things that go absolutely viral.
What if your found goes viral?
Like I mentioned before, there's a bit of a strategy to it. You want to be yourself, and you want to solve a problem, and you want to hook them in. The most important thing is the first 5 seconds, and I'm still learning this day to day. Like honestly, new strategies and everything. I'm still learning every day.
What kind of content though? Like what in
short form content?
But what topic for you? Is it the performance enhancing drugs? Is it
so in terms of the topic, it would be really about the things that people are scared to talk about. So performance enhancing drugs. The side effects of being in the industry or business things as well. People want to know recipes. People want to have quick, fast, low-calorie recipes that are guilt-free and easy to make that they can just whip up at home. So you want to give them value. When it's value-driven feedback and content, it can engage very well. If it's content that's funny, that could also do very well. There's a lot of content going online that you can see up in the fitness space. I saw one the other day is two guys one's going up and the other one's going down an escalator, and it says when your coach catches you on the weekend eating a cheat meal you're not supposed to. Yeah. And then the guy's looking at the coach is like, oh, and he's like tries to hide the junk food, and everyone's been following the trend. So one person would have started it, and got a mega viral, and then everyone follows the trend. And I had a look. My partner actually, she showed me a few people doing this trend. She's like, you should do this trend too. Yeah. So the whole trick is also to find a trend, reinvent it, do it in your own way, add your own spin on it, and follow the trends, whether that's music, and whatever's like, just basically whatever's trending, and follow that with your own approach. And yeah, a few people have copied that approach with the two escalators and the coaches running into each other, and everyone's going viral. Everyone who's like doing it is catching virility.
I think you just don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like you can just tell that works.
Yeah,
that maybe.
Well, the truth is most people just copy everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
The ones that obviously put a bit more, I guess you could say, thought and have a point of difference are the ones that stand out the most. So it's one thing to find a trend and catch it early and reinvent it in your own way. That's all well and good. But it's also another thing to engage the audience and have them watching for more than the first 3-4 seconds, because normally if you look at the statistics on social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, any short form content, normally after the first 3 seconds the viewership just goes down, even on my own stuff, even on the stuff that's the most engaging. So if you can get more viewership, and it's like a graph, it shows you it's like spikes super high first 3 seconds, then it's like everyone just leaves. I'm like, whoa, you guys can't watch more than 3 seconds. It's shocking. So if you can get them staying for like 5 seconds, you've done great.
Yeah,
it's
the
crazy.
whole watch. I think that's really where the engagement is now. It's more on like the watch time, isn't it?
Yeah, you want to reel them in for the first few seconds.
Yeah.
And another way to really look at it is look at a lot of influencers and look at what they're doing. I'll use another example, Jackson O'Doherty. I stumbled on one of his videos where they're holding water in their mouth.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those ones.
And they say some real dark, crude jokes with it, and they use the most crudest, hardest jokes within the first 4 seconds. Like it could be something so, I'm not even going to repeat, just something so intense. And then in the first 3 seconds, they'll say the joke, and then like one of the boys will spit out all the water just laughing. And then they go into the rest of the jokes. So it just catches people straight away. So there is a trick to it. There is a recipe.
There is.
And that would be my best advice to give to you and to anyone else watching in creating their own viral content.
I mean, you've been doing it for a long time now, so you might not remember some of this, but like, I know for me when I started, the confidence aspect was like, it's really hard to put yourself out there. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I struggled with that.
That was hard.
For a very long time.
That was hard.
Did that take a while to over? Because it seems outside looking in that that's not necessarily an issue anymore.
It was definitely an issue when I was younger. Of course, it took me a decade.
Really?
If you really watched my journey from like 15, 20 years ago, I would get flamed online for being awkward and shy because I would speak with a stutter or shake and have tremble in my voice, or I couldn't look and maintain eye contact. So for me, it was just practice. And like anything in life, you give someone guitar, you ask them to play for 10 years, they're going to be good. Yeah. You put someone in the gym for 10 years and they're going to have a great physique by the end of it. Yeah. If you stick to anything for long enough, you are going to become good at it. That's the reality. And it's the same. It's the same with this. There's no different. This is just a skill, and you're developing on that skill. And because of like what I was doing, I wasn't a natural at it at the start, like my brother was. My brother was a natural at it. He was an absolute natural at it. Yeah. Me, I had to work at it. I had to work. But eventually, it paid off, and I grew into my own, and I gained the confidence in doing it. And I just kept going and going and going, even through the good and the bad. I just kept going and I kept refining my skill. I kept refining my public speaking. And then lo and behold, I would read comments online shift from, like he seems a bit shy and a bit awkward to like, oh, wow, he's very well spoken and eloquent. I didn't expect this from a bodybuilder. So and I'm like, not bad, mate, not bad. So it's nice to see. It's nice to hear. But for me, like I've always treated life as like one big video game. Leveling up my character, whether that's financially, physically, spiritually, mentally. everything to me is a game, and I like to be the best at every game I play. So it's a fun way of looking at life. Yeah. It's a really fun way of looking at life.
You talked about getting more confident on camera, but how much do you think it is with doing, you also went from being a skinny kid to, looking, aesthetic, I guess you like a big and jacked and whatever, and becoming more successful as well. Like, how much is it like getting good on camera, and how much is it that you're just starting to grow into yourself and be more confident in your
It's a good question. I would say it's a bit of both, because obviously with time and practice you grow into the role and you grow into being more confident. But also at the same token, like, you can be a great speaker and you can have a great message, but if you don't have a business mind, or if you don't have a game plan, or if you can't identify like a want and a need from your customer base and offer them that service, then you're not really tapping into your audience. So I've managed to do this. I'm 39 now. I left my day job when I was 28 years old. It's a funny story actually.
What was your day job?
I was a picker and packer. And at one point I worked in a hospital in the medical records section, just basic clerical work, very basic entry-level stuff. But I did have a degree in operations management and marketing. So essentially I used my degree to market myself and my brother. So I used the knowledge I learned in university and just marketed our brand and our name. And I think I would have to definitely give that praise and thanks to my education. I think that played a difference, whether I like to admit it or not. I think that helped in marketing myself and doing what I needed to do to get to a level where I am at the moment. I don't think that would have happened just by chance. And if it did happen by chance, it would have been short-lived. Most people's fame is very short-lived. I've kept mine at a very constant level, and it's had a few spikes of ups over the last few years. So it's been good. It's been really good. I can't complain. And I'm also going to be having my own documentary. This is in Chestbrah, The Poster Boys, and Stan Australia next year in September. Wow. So that's another spike to my name and the legacy of my brother and I. So
what are you doing there?
That's a secret. We'll wait till it comes out. That's nice. The whole point of it.
Oh, that's great.
Leave you guys hanging.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, what a great way to honour your brother.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's been a pleasure recording it and everything. Very tough, but very rewarding. So
I bet.
I can't wait to show it to the world. I'm actually excited.
When is it releasing? Can you
September next year.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. We're actually filming in 2 weeks from now. Yeah.
So
all the way up until January. Yeah. It's been going on for about 4 years.
Has it?
It's a long project.
Why so long?
It takes a long time.
Does it?
You got to get all sorts of things, rights, permits, this, that, insurance. It's full on.
Is it?
Yeah, it's full on.
Wow.
Not as easy as people think. It's not just about making a movie, but
it's
we've
like
got it over the line.
Multi-episode.
One documentary, 1.5 hours, 90 minutes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So thank you, Screen Australia.
Yeah.
It was a tough gig, but we got it in the end. So it'll be exciting when it comes out.
Looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, and then fingers crossed, it'll go global after that with either Netflix or Prime. That's what we're hoping for. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
I'm sure it'll happen.
I'm sure it will, because you guys have had like an international level of fame.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen you've been on a couple of big podcasts too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did you kind of come on to, which ones have you been on?
From being on Bradley Martin's podcast to being on Fresh and Fit to being on Greg Doucet's, from flying to India to be a guest judge at bodybuilding competitions to being flown to expos in Germany, the biggest expo in the world, FIBO, to Body Power UK, to Body Power in Spain. I had contracts with clothing companies that would bring me to the expos every year and get me on their stand, and then people obviously come to the stands, meet their favorite athletes, influencers, get their photos. It was a fun time, super fun time, especially when you're really young, just traveling a lot, getting flown out to countries just to meet people and take photos of people. And they were really nice about it too, because I would be working with other brands at the time while building my own brand, but they'll still let me bring my own clothing and promote my own clothing. So it was really, really good. And then I moved into doing my own expos, mostly in Sydney, to be honest, with my own stand, selling my own clothing.
Yeah.
And then as we move more and more into the digital world, I just realized that it's biting off more than you can chew doing the fitness expos. It's a lot of hard yakka, a lot of hard labor. hauling and moving all your things around and stock and this, that, to probably make the same amount of money, probably less than if you would have a sale online.
Really?
Correct.
Wow.
So I would say a lot of those appearances were to build my name and my brand name and all that kind of stuff. And then once I established the brand identity and the brand name, it was strengthened. Then at that point, I just moved everything online. I didn't see the need to sell my clothes at a fitness expo and meet everyone. I meet everyone on the day-to-day life. I sell my clothes online now. If I want to, push sales, you can do a big sale online, like a Christmas sale or a Black Friday sale, and get the same results with much less the headache and stress, because it's very stressful doing it all yourself. It's very stressful, and I did it all myself at the time. I maybe had like 3-4 workers help me actually sell the clothes on the day.
Yes.
But I organized everything from the logistics of having the canvas set up, which is like 10 by 10 meters, to the graphics, to putting it all together. I did it all myself, to bringing my clothes to the events. I did it all myself. Put them on the rack, met all the people, shook their hands, heard their stories, took photos with them. They did content for social media, for Instagram, long format YouTube videos. I was really passionate when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then obviously as you get older, you want to kind of step away and take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit and work more smarter instead of working as hard. And it just coincided with doing everything online. It just was like the natural progression.
Well, I mean, you can just see so many more eyeballs online, can't you?
Exactly. But in saying that, the expos and all these things, they serve their purpose. You know what I mean? If you need to get a share in the market and get eyeballs on you, it's a perfect place to do it.
Oh, and there's no hotter lead than someone that's there at a fitness expo. Of
course.
They're the most dedicated people.
Of course.
They're your exact target market. Whereas if you're on Facebook ads or something, God,
correct.
It'd be so difficult.
It is difficult, yeah. It's still difficult. It's a daily challenge.
Yeah.
And the industry's only becoming more and more competitive.
It has. You've got to really kick butt now. I've noticed that with our own brand.
Yeah.
It's when we first started, we could do basically anything. We'd be successful.
Yeah,
but now
I know.
I think there's like the whole thing we talked about.
There's a lot of competition, and you know what? It's extremely lucrative in your industry, and I know firsthand just how lucrative it is. It's insane. So, in saying that, it also causes a lot of clinics to pop up that are just not that skilled. From my own experience, I've got some like really bad stories, but there's a lot of clinics operating that just aren't that skilled, from the injectors to the knowledge and the treatments they have. It's just so scary how the regulations haven't got them.
No,
you wonder how some of these people are like administering like Botox and doing these things. It just seems so shady, and because there's so more of them now, and so more of them, a lot are slipping through the cracks. So I've seen it myself.
It's the Wild West out there.
Yeah, and
it's getting better.
And I'm not even in your industry, but I've seen it. It's
getting a lot better. The regulations are they're coming down hard on a lot of clinics.
I've seen even with the regulations they've put on social media, like talking about treatments, prices.
Can't talk about anything really.
Before you can, which is
which is good in a way, but it's also bad because you as a consumer, you
should
can't
be able to do what
research as much anymore.
Yeah, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, you can't research because you don't know until you come in, and that takes time.
You don't know what the price is either.
Yeah,
so I could be charging a fortune, and then you think, well, that's just not in my budget. Yeah, but you won't know until you come in.
Yeah, wow. So not even on the social media, you can't even DMs.
Can't do DMs, can't do phone calls, can't do anything.
Why did this come about? I'm really interested.
Well, look, it's basically you were never really allowed to do it, but there's a whole difference between regulation and enforcement. So there'll be regulations out there, but whether they enforce them properly or not is another story. So most of clinics like ours, we're doing in good faith, would put prices up and just not say Botox, we'd say anti-wrinkle or something like that.
Yeah.
So
you can't even say anti-wrinkle now.
Can't say that now, because you're basically implying the sale of a prescription medication. So, and you're not allowed to do that. So you can do it in the States. So the States,
but it doesn't make too much sense if the registrations are there, the insurance is there, the doctors and the nurses are all trained there. How does it become? Maybe I'm ignorant to the fact, but how does it become an issue?
You're advertising a scheduled medication. So it's if you've gone to the States, you see ads for pharmaceuticals everywhere.
Yep.
You don't see those here.
Interesting. So it's just a matter of, it's just in Australia, it's just different laws in America.
There's really only 2 countries in the world that allow the advertising of pharmaceuticals. I
wonder why that is. That's really interesting. I wonder why that is. Is it because more people are doing it now? There's more misuse? Is it duty of care? Like,
I think there's just more competition, and I think there was some players that took it too far.
There you go. I just said before, yeah. Okay, so they have to protect people a bit. Okay.
And there's and some of them can do it.
Do you research people?
Yeah, very unscrupulously. But for a brand like us, it's
you guys.
It actually helps us because we compete on brand now.
Yeah. You guys. Everyone knows you guys.
We've got the brand.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, it's people. I think they might see like the outside success, and just you broached on some things before about how actually difficult is the logistics of running a business and all the stuff you need to do
before you get to the level that you're happy with. Exactly. And I'm sure you're never happy. Like I'm never happy. It's like a perfection. They say you always want to do more.
Well, I think it's why you become successful is that you don't have enough and feel like you never have enough, and there's a drive behind it. I mean, and that kind of like, especially for someone that like does the kind of bodybuilding like you.
Yeah, you have to be like that.
I mean, you have to be really obsessed with it, even to the point of, you mentioned like body dysmorphia. You have to almost be to that point.
Oh yeah, where I'll be the first to tell you I got massive body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not exactly how I look on stage, I feel like I'm out of shape and fat, and I'll wear like baggy clothes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's full on. Yeah, it's full on.
Is that like?
But I'm smart enough to know like I actually look great, but obviously because I'm so harsh on myself, I just refuse to accept it, and that refusal of acceptance is what keeps me hungry to keep persevering in my industry, especially with such a tough gig like bodybuilding. It's not like a normal sport. It's not like being a tennis player or a soccer player where you can eat whatever you want and there's a time where you just do your tournaments and then you're finished. Bodybuilding is a daily, hourly thing, like from timing of your meals every single day to training every single day to doing this for 10, 20, 30 years. It's an everyday sport. It's not like a sport where you build up to a particular point where you indulge in said sport and then you have time off like everyone does. This is a 24/7 thing, even when you're off season. Ever? The first time this year I did, like 3 months off just to relax a little bit. But normally I don't, but I don't look at it as not having time off. I enjoy sticking to a program. I enjoy sticking to a routine. I know before off air you mentioned how you're amazed at how someone can stick to just hard training and hard dieting for more than 3 months. Yeah. But again, I'll just relay what I said to you before. If you do something long enough, it becomes second nature. So it doesn't feel like I'm like burdening myself. It just feels like something that I have to do because it's all I know and I'm good at doing it. So I got to keep doing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
it becomes a habit.
It becomes a habit. And without it, I feel odd.
Yeah, right.
Without it, I feel odd. So it's not a matter of being motivated or driven, or I know you might look at it differently and everyone else would look at it and be like, wow, what you do is like incredible to be able to do it. But to me, it's like, and I mean this in the most humblest way, it's just easy. It's really easy.
And does it come like you feel bad without it? Is it that's the kind of motivation?
I feel guilty and I feel bad without it. And if I don't do it, then I'm not myself.
Yeah.
And for me to feel like myself, I always have to be obviously giving it 110% and just putting all that energy and effort into doing it properly. And the way I see it is like, well, if this is my career and this is what makes me my bread and butter, then I'm going to do it 110%. Not just like the business side of things, but like the physical aspect side of things and maintaining appearance and the training and the competing and then all these kind of things, because it all ties into one. It all ties into the one business model. So the harder and better I do my job, the more rewards I will reap. So it's not even a question. It's I have to do it. I must, because it's all I know and it's all I do.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that recently. You've just, I remember seeing you on social media. You just looked in phenomenal shape, and you talked about
the IFBB.
Yeah, God, you looked unbelievable for that.
Yeah.
And you're talking about like if you do feel like you're looking shit or something, you wear baggy pants and stuff. When you get in that kind of shape, how do you go mentally with like not being in that shape?
It's hard because it's really difficult when you see your body at that level, and this is what people don't really talk about, and this is where I kind of separate myself from a lot of these fitness influencers or bodybuilders, because I just say it how it is. When you see yourself at a level like you literally look like a Greek sculpture and your physique is just out of this world, like not even human-like, and people are constantly giving you praise, giving you compliments, giving you just constantly saying all these nice things, and there's just all you hear 24/7 is just, especially young boys and young men, like just basically worshiping the ground you walk on just because of how you look. It kind of fucks with you mentally a little bit, because you start to develop this God complex where you feel like you have to maintain and adhere to a certain look for people to admire and respect you. So it's a big battle to step outside of that and realize that, hey, like, aside from that, these people actually love you for you and who you are, and what you've taught them and how you've motivated them. You don't need to always be in amazing, immaculate shape for them to like you and to be following your journey. Sure, it does well for the numbers and the social media, and this is what we chase, but it's okay to step away at times and just take a break, take a breather, and just enjoy life a little bit, and be able to take your foot off the gas and just be comfortable with it and be comfortable in your own skin. It's a challenge, and it's something that's not spoken about enough. The highs are always spoken about, how great it is to have glory. Like, I didn't, all I spoke about after my IFBB comp was how happy I was to win my competition. I won my Sydney competition, and then I got first in the one category, second in the second category, and then I did the nationals and I came fourth. So I was not too far off getting a second pro card. So I would have had 2 pro cards in 2 divisions, and I was on such a high, and I was feeling so amazing. But then, not many bodybuilders would tell you in great detail about how bad the crash is afterwards. Like, it's like redefining and finding your purpose and who you are, and it's the post-comp blues, they call it. It becomes so bad that some bodybuilders end up killing themselves or becoming suicidal.
Wow.
Or turn into Great Depression. Lucky for me, I'm very strong-willed and strong-minded, and I fight a lot of my internal battles, like, just to myself, to be honest. And I always manage to pull myself out of any negative thoughts that I might have about, like, body perceptions or body dysmorphia. And I'm very strong-willed and strong-minded, but I've seen this sport break a lot of people. I've seen it break a lot of people.
What is it about it that gets them those post-comp blues? Is it the body goes off, or they've...
Well, I would say it's more like the period of just constant, like, following a program and a routine and amping yourself up to this big day that you've been planning for so long, and you're on all these highs and all this energy and all these endorphins are flowing, and then you come to the day and you finish and the comp's over and you're like, well, what next? What do I do now? It's and a lot of fighters also have this problem. If you look at, like, UFC fighters and stuff, they'll also speak about how after they finish, like, doing a really intense fight camp and having their fight, how they just feel lost after the fight, after the fight's over, and a lot of them will divulge into, like, partying and drugs and just crazy behavior because they don't know how to handle themselves when they're not deep into competition and fight camp. And a lot of bodybuilders go through that, so a lot of bodybuilders actually need to ground themselves and have a really strong purpose. And my purpose is more stronger than anyone's I know. Like, I'm doing this for the most right reasons. Like, I'm doing this to build my legacy. I'm doing this to build on my dead brother's legacy, may God rest his soul. And I'm doing this to strengthen our name for all of eternity. Like, it means so much to me. Everything that I do reflects not only on me, but onto Aziz. And for that, like, I have to work extra hard. You know what I mean? So, because when they see me, they see him. So it's like the curse of the double-edged sword. A lot of good comes from it, but also a lot of pressure. So for me, I like the pressure. It makes me perform. It makes me work hard. It makes me stay motivated, and it keeps me grounded because I can't disappoint him. So I got to keep pushing forward. There's no option to not do anything otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people that, I've never met a successful person that wasn't completely crazy obsessed to the point of being a pathology. I think that for you to achieve that level, I mean, you saw your body in that last competition, you have to be even kind of sick in the head a little bit, like,
of course,
because you're pushing yourself to such an extreme. I'm sure your body's telling you you're starving. Like,
my body, my heart, and my soul. But
like, you're dying, But you were saying about the post-competition depression. I mean, I know when I used to be an elite athlete, I won a few Australian titles when I was younger, and your whole life builds to this moment, and then you achieve it, and then you're like, is that it? Like, because your whole year is built towards this, like, awesome moment. And yeah, sure, it feels good when you do it, but then the next day comes and you've got your medal and you're like, okay, like, what now?
It always reaches that point, yeah, and then things get I guess the depression kicks in, and you find yourself with a lot of time on your hands and a lot of thoughts that you're trapped in. So I think for people like us, and speaking of what you said, like you did that competitively and stuff, so you know what the drive is like, and relaying it back to like bodybuilding and competing, it's like similar, just different sport.
Yeah.
It's in our nature to always want to be giving that kind of effort to any facet in our life.
Well, it's like you can never be enough. I mean, I had the similar thing in medical school. Like,
let me ask you: Can you ever truly be 100% happy, or do you always feel like you got to do more?
Oh, for me, I always have to do more. Like I can't
relax.
I can't relax. Like for me, I mean, I've got a very successful business. I've got 9 clinics, 120 staff. I see 6,000 patients a month, and I feel like I'm at the basement.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I just I feel
that
like
mindset,
and like I don't need. I mean, not that I'm rich, but I don't. It's not.
You don't need to retire and just do nothing.
I could retire today. Like I could comfortably do that. But then I'd be so miserable.
You would. You actually would.
Like I would be. I mean, I hate holidays.
You might enjoy it like the first month, and then you'd go crazy. You would actually lose your sense of purpose and everything.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just what's next. You always take on something else. I had a similar thing with. I mean, medical schools. It's not like athletes, but you know, you're competing to be the top of the class, and like I went and. Not that I'm super smart, but I topped everything. Because,
you worked hard.
Because it's an obsession.
Yeah, you worked hard.
You know, but the thing I always tell people about that is like that to explain the whole thing about post, competition or post test for me or whatever blues, or even for me in business where I achieve something, great in business. It's like the kind of way I describe it is like I'm climbing Mount Everest, right? And all of my happiness is in a box at the top. And then I get there and I open the box and it's empty.
It's a really good analogy.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck.
You know what I've learned? I've learned that it's not the box on top of the mountain that's important. It's the actual climb of the mountain. That's the whole enjoyment of it all.
Exactly. And I think it's like feeling, it's not external things. So
it's the journey.
And I think if you've got like some of us that are this way wired that have to succeed and have to do something. I mean, I work like 80 to 100 hours a week, not because I have to. It's because, not because I want to. I have to.
Yeah,
I just wake up and I'm like,
it's what you know, and it's what you do.
I'm not hungry, I'm starving. I have to work.
Yeah.
And I think it's to whatever way I'm wired.
But that's like we said before. That's the kind of mindset of like someone who's sickly obsessed with something. It can become a sick obsession, but that kind of obsession is what drives success and passion. So
and it's just about trying to manage that as you get older, because I feel like as I've gotten older, that steam. When I was younger, I could just go and endlessly go, and there was no stress around it.
And this is what we spoke about before. Like, the steam train kind of slows down a bit, and then you just you become a bit comfortable. And we're talking as well on the fact that comfort can become kind of like a drug. So you have to consciously pull yourself out of the comfort zone that you've created for yourself through all your hard work to feel uncomfortable again. Because we're so used to being uncomfortable, we seek to be back in that discomfort. And that
you do.
And that is a juggling act, I think, as we get older, because naturally we become a little bit more relaxed as we get older, and we take the foot off, the accelerator a little bit. Even myself, I was so driven, not to say that I'm not now. I just have to keep redefining my purpose and keep reminding myself why I do what I do.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, the drive was like I've nothing this world has ever seen before, and what I would do and how much I would do of it. But now it's like, you get to that level, you hit the pinnacles and the benchmarks that you want to hit, you feel the comfort, and then comfort can cause complacency. So the trick is to always, I think, in my mind, is to remind myself where I came from and why I'm doing this. And if I start to feel like I'm stuck or I guess empty in a way, then I know I need to be uncomfortable again.
Yeah, and I think for me it's about chasing like internal. You talked about like enjoying the journey, like that's the climb, that's the actual
correct,
the part that's nice. And it's because if you've got like, I see a lot of people that it kind of tips in the wrong way. We mentioned before about like they might achieve all this stuff, and then it's empty, and they move into things like addiction and all those kind of things to fill, because they've got a hole.
To fill the void.
They've got a hole they're trying to fill, and if you're filling it with external things, the hole just gets bigger.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't actually. So you have to find a happiness or a content within. And for people that have had great success, often they've had it because of that obsession drive.
Yeah.
So it's about trying to manage that as you get older. I think it gets easier as you get.
I think
older,
as
you get more mature.
And it's like an ego death. The ego drops a little bit, and that comes from also maturity. So, this would be a lot harder to handle, like success or fame at a younger age, than say like in your mid-30s, late 30s, whatever. As you get a bit older and a bit more mature, a bit more wiser, you're able to be equipped with the right tools and methods to obviously adjust to those kind of periods where, you know, you're not on a constant drive. Whereas something like making that adjustment when you're younger would have almost like broken your spirit or your mindset. So it's a lot of it's maturity. Yeah, I think
definitely. All right, mate. Well, I think we've got a lot more to talk about. So, but we're just getting started. So, I think we might bring you back for a part 2.
I'd love to, my friend. That'd be great.
That'd be great. And so, thank you all for listening to another episode of the Protocol Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Josh Wall, and we've had on today, aka Chestbrah.
Thanks, having me, Josh.
Cheers.
Thank you, brother.